Not feeling any good. I'm really not feeling good. Yeah. Because then I just recently had lunch now, and I ate so much that I ended up throwing up. I have this a weird problem with an acid reflux. I've been a little anxious. Life isn't easy. So, let's see if it's the correct order. Hold on, let me just,
Oi.
Yeah, I'm sorry, let me just, fix the volume, because there's, like, always gonna be a bunch of background volume. I always keep forgetting to change the CPU settings here. Oh god, I'm just not feeling well. So, oh, alright, I'm just not feeling well, so maybe I'll watch a video and, I don't know if you guys can still hear me, but I just lower the volume as much as I can. And my mom really does not understand what I'm up to. So, anyways, Mr. Magoo. Um, I gotta say, I grew up with a lot of cartoons. There's a lot. Enough of that. All right. Point is, I grew up with a lot of cartoons. Flintstones, Looney Tunes, a lot of that stuff. Mr. Magoo is one I did not grow up with. So, but the thing is, I actually did not know it was the movie was based off cartoon. I only found out like years later because I remember I went to a garage sale. I bought the VHS tape for Flubber. There was a trailer for it. Flubber has not aged well. The effects look good. Effects are good on Flubber, but even if it is just a commercial for an expensive commercial for Ectocooler, the most expensive commercial for Ectocooler at the time. The whole point is, I saw the trailer for it as a kid. Even as a kid, I was like not interested. I was like, this doesn't look like something I would like. I don't know. And I did a bit of research over the years. I found out, oh, it's based off this cartoon with one joke that Mr. Magoo is blind. He mistakes everything for something else. It's a fun one off joke. But the movie is so horrible, devoid of humor, and old Doug Walker is gonna review it. So this is Mr. Magoo by the Nostalgia Critic. Let me see if I can get the. I need something that'll at least slightly entertain me. You know, help me get my thoughts off of how I'm feeling now. I'm just not feeling good, so I just need something that'll enlighten me.
Hello, I'm the Nostalgia Critic guy. Remember it so you don't have to. Remember when I said I didn't like the Flintstones cartoon?
I remember that. Everyone has their opinion on it. Hold on, let me just mute the goddamn microphone. Always talking in the background. My family. My family is so insane to a point that I don't even want to talk about it. So, I do remember Doug was talking about the Flintstones thing. I remember that. It's his opinion. I just don't really care to talk about it. But
Obviously, you do. Well, there's another classic old cartoon that I also find I really can't stand Mr. Magoo. Obviously, not as big a backlash. He never did anything for me because it's basically just one joke. He can't see. The rest of the time, he just sort of smiles and looks happy, so there's no real comedic suffering on his part. Or even really that much to the people around him. He falls, he misses something, but he's always okay. Where's the comedy? How does that get a laugh? The only thing less funny than Mr. Magoo is giving him a ridiculous film budget to explain how unfunny he is. Ah! If you
Yeah, one of Disney's failed attempts at everything. This is Disney, so unfortunately,
can't see what's wrong with this flick, then you're as nearsighted as this dumbass idea. You know the term, if it's not broken, don't fix it? Well, there was a term in the 90s that went, if it's broken, Disney's found a screenplay. This was during their especially bad run of horrible live-action movies. And trust me when I say this is certainly the topping flag of shit mountain. It was an age where ideas to make movies out of was at an all-time low... well, almost all-time low. Let's stumble into Mr. Magoo. Wow, literally the first second of this film annoys me. There's only 5,492 to go.
Good night, Mrs. Winterbottom. Ugliest hairdo I've ever seen.
I guess it figures that we start off on the cartoon during the credits.
that is always a bad sign. I've started noticing it. Black Nerd actually made me more obvious with it. Doolittle. Uh, Doolittle has an animated opening, and then it's fully live action. The movie's bad when the animated part is. It makes me wonder why wasn't the film just a cartoon instead? It would have been so. The movie Priest, for example, really not a good film. The visuals were great. It was visually well shot most of the time, but the silly animated part, a movie's bad when sometimes if a bad movie has an animated intro, it is easily the best part of the film, which means we're in for a rough ride. God almighty.
But honestly, it's kind of distracting that while Leslie Nielsen stars as Magoo in the movie, he doesn't do his voice in the credits. I know it's a nitpick, but it just sort of emphasizes the direct side-by-side comparison of how much these two don't have in common. It's like if
I miss Leslie Nielsen. Now I remember this was during that time where Leslie Nielsen would just do anything for a paycheck. 'Cause Leslie Nielsen is a really talented guy. This was like during that Spy Hard or God, I can't remember what were the movies he made. I'll have to look them up later.
in a Popeye movie they start with a cartoon and the original voice, but then suddenly cut to someone completely different. Yo, I'm Popeye and shit.
Hey, I wouldn't mind Michael Clark Duncan as Popeye. And now I miss Michael Clark Duncan.
We do finally get the live-action version starring the late Leslie Nielsen, who's apparently a rich canned vegetable entrepreneur, God, there's so many, who donated a museum wing to a rare ruby.
It's exquisite.
No, actually, it's corundum.
What the hell is that woman wearing? Remind me who the nearsighted kook is in this movie? Her hat looks like a cartoon iris that got stuck halfway through. What the fuck sauce? We see Magoo look around the museum while... Oh, he mistook something for something else. Well, let's hope that joke doesn't get old real quick.
Oh my gosh.
Jennifer goddamn Garner. Here's the thing. I think Jennifer Garner is a good actress when she's given, like, Alias. She was really awesome in Alias. Man, but I feel like when someone offers her a movie, it's like she doesn't, there was recently the movie Yes Day for Netflix, which she did with Edgar Ramirez, and it's like, it's obvious she did that just because of her kids. I bet Jennifer Garner's nice in real life, so I don't want to say anything mean about her. It's just, yeah, I feel bad that this is actually, I think, her first movie, so I think this is when she was, like, up and coming. This was pre-Alias Jennifer Garner, although I argue that after Alias, her career has not had many high points. I, I like Jennifer Garner. Also, she does not age. I think she still looks just like she did when she did Alias
Would you look at that? What?
And
Blind, you idiot. He's goddamn blind.
no, your eyes aren't as bad as his. That is, in fact, Jennifer Gardner. Pre-career, obviously.
Yes. Seeing. Yeah. Pre-career. I'm glad that Doug states it out.
I am Stacy Sempanahoditra.
This is my nephew, Waldo.
What?
I am Stacy
Stacy
Sempanahoditra.
What? That... Okay, was this script written by a 5-year-old? That sounds like that's gibberish. I do not understand a gun in. Jennifer, why?
This is my nephew, Waldo.
Waldo Magoo. It is an honor.
Oh god, what ethnicity do they have her mocking? With the vague accent, the weird hair, that Chinese crackerjack sailor suit. It's like the Quizak Hatterack of stereotypes. It insults all races at once.
May all of the exhibits in this hall shine with the light of human knowledge.
He tries cutting the ribbon, but ends up cutting an electrical cord. And tell me if the scene looks more cutesy or horrifying.
What is this, indoor fireworks?
I swear to God. I don't know. I feel like I'm laughing now, but the only other option I have is crying, and I just can't really cry. I need to be really sad. So far, that's the only funny joke this movie has.
A dozen people were in critical condition. Charming eye joke has dark consequences.
Public telephone. Oh, excuse me, sir.
He confuses a mummy.
Damn it. I got hit with ads again. Alright, I'm back.
Excuse me, sir.
He confuses a mummy's tomb for a telephone booth, and the door closes in behind him. Later that night, we see a children's stage play version of Catwoman and Bane trying to break into the museum to steal the ruby. Luckily, she finds some Pee-wee's Playhouse dinosaurs to hide behind as she moves forward with the robbery. By the way, you ever notice how bad movies have really poorly designed museums? Didn't Batman and Robin also have the same rare jewel / dinosaur?
The difference is that movie was so bad it's good. I know. When compared to Catwoman, in this movie, gun to my head, I would probably watch Batman and Robin. It's because it's funny how bad the movie is.
/ Egyptian art / exotic plant life exhibit. A little cluttered, don't you think?
You're in no condition to move.
Magoo finally comes out of the tomb. Wait, he was in that box with the mummy for 5 hours? That's more than a vision problem, that's a mental psychosis. And the robbers get away by knocking the guard into the phony styrofoam exhibit. The next day, we see that Garner is so distressed that she put on her distraught Tylenol hat, and investigators come to look at the scene.
Chuck.
My eyes do not deceive me.
Distressed that she put on her distraught Tylenol hat, and investigators come.
Ernie, no! Ernie! Ernie Hudson, what are you doing in this? Why? Not only that, they dragged Stephen
To look at the scene.
Chuck.
Dragged friggin' Stephen Tobolowsky into this. Why? You idiots! These are not them. You captured their stunt double.
Chuck Stupak, FBI.
Gustav Anders, CIA.
Ernie, no. God!
Gustav Anders.
Hold on, what? FBI and CIA.
Investigators come to look at the scene.
Chuck Stupak, FBI.
Gustav Anders, CIA.
Ernie, no. God damn it, I'm sick of you showing up in shit! You're a good actor, you have style and class. Please tell me you're doing stage work somewhere, I'll gladly see it just to apologize for the fact that you're in this dick demon!
The CIA has no jurisdiction on American soil.
This could very well become an international incident.
Not if you don't get in my way, fancy pants.
Oh, no. No. You did not just Ernie Hudson! Okay, you say that for a Chris Tucker, not an Ernie Hudson! Ernie, get him. Tucker, not an Ernie Hudson!
I like Chris Tucker, Doug. I'm sorry.
Ernie, get him. Meanwhile, we see the two robbers talk about last night's heist.
There's nothing in the papers. It's a trap. They're trying to lull us into a false sense of security and then bust us when we make a careless move.
That's yesterday's paper.
That's right, folks. You just witnessed a film where they actually played the wah 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 music. Little known fact, the composer actually killed himself 3 minutes later after being forced to write that piece. She gets him to hand over the giant ring pop and kicks him off the boat. But he tries to take her down with him, and the jewel falls into Magoo's boat, who just happened to be passing by. This guy is like an unfunny duo seeking missile.
Blast your flitter, jabbit, you!
They hope they can get back at the opera that night, where Magoo is not only attending, but also performing? Yeah, a little confusing, seeing how we've never seen him sing, and it's never explained whether or not he can sing. In fact, according to this movie, Mr. Magoo is well-rounded enough to be put in any situation at any location, except what he actually does for a living. Yeah, his job allows him to do all this richy stuff, but we're never actually allowed to see what he does. He's said to be the canned vegetable king. Wouldn't it make sense to have him in a canned vegetable factory then? There's gotta be some comedic opportunities there. But no, fuck it, we got a castrated episode of I Spy to watch.
Just spotted a conspicuous white male. Dirty clothes, needs haircut.
Where?
Look to your left.
Oh snap! You just got HUD! The lady thief disguises herself and tries to get an interview with him, while the male thief is a little bit more direct.
Just showing the audience what that does? Okay.
But he can't get past his Loki horns, and, big shock, he gets knocked out! Which causes him to accidentally turn on a giant fan. Yeah! Because if there's anything every opera performance needs with the sensitivity of the singers' voices, it's a giant, loud, hard-to-control wind machine! Why don't all opera houses have this? The next day, he meets up with the thief, still thinking she's a reporter, and she tries to put the moves on him.
Prunella.
You know, this film is so dull and useless. I'm actually more interested in the backstory of the fish. Did he have a good life? Do you think his family appreciates what the sacrificing of his body is going to?
Well, did you see what they did with Howard's body?
Yes, I did.
Please tell me he's at least being used to feed a poor starving family.
No, he's being used for a live-action version of Mr. Magoo.
Warner
Brothers or Disney?
Brothers or Disney?
Disney. We also get a little info about that thief as well.
It's Luann LeSueur, the Black Widow. She kills all of her...
I'm punching nothing for the record. Yeah. Yeah, not only are you going to be sued by Marvel Comics, you're also going to be sued by the people who made the... Was it Warner Brothers that made that movie? I'm looking it up. Oh, right. I had yeah, the Deborah Winger for Rachel Russell movies. Alright, yeah, I do remember. There's actually a movie called Black Widow, but it's not related. It is in no way related to the comics. It's actually a film that starred Deborah Winger and Theresa Russell. And who made it? 20th Century Fox. Before they were bought out by Disney. It's actually interesting. This movie was shot by Yeah, you're also going to be sued by the people who made the Deborah Winger. I hope Deborah Winger. Oh God. I can't go back on this.
Her male accomplices.
What?
Sewer. The Black Widow. She kills all of her male accomplices. No one has ever been able to finger her.
What a shame.
No one has. She kills all of her male accomplished. No one has been able to. Stephen! Raising! No one has been able to lay a finger on her. No one has been able to finger. Not. Just. I bet you that was the line, but Stephen Tobolowsky probably found out how bad this movie was and was like, you know what? It's like, Stephen, you forgot your line. Hey, guys, screw you. I don't care about this. This movie is shitty and I hope it doesn't make its budget back. Actually, hope I get my paycheck.
Die before they finger her?
Her male accomplices. No one has ever been able to finger her.
What a shame. They die before they finger her? Yeah, I know. You like that, Paul? You like that? You like that there, Paul? You like that? High as a kite. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back with a Miss Penelope Cruz.
Doug was hosting late night instead of. I know David Letterman isn't doing it because back on it, Letterman was a bit of a pervert.
Ladies and gentlemen, my next guest has been in such movies as Vanilla Sky, Pirates of the Caribbean, On Stranger Tides. What the fuck am I doing? Back to the movie!
I need a Penelope Cruz in my. Who am I kidding? We have Penelope Cruz. Yeah, the one actress people say she. I remember they said she looked like a horse or something. I don't know who said that. I remember. Family Guy did that joke where it's like, Seabiscuit, would you mind talking to E? I'm not Seabiscuit. I'm Penelope Cruz, and you're just lovely. Would you like a carrot? And then oh, shit. My phone skin got a little bit of cracks on it. Oh, son of a bitch. For the record, my phone is a Motorola One Action. I think I've made that blatantly obvious over time. And it gets more cracked. Thankfully, yeah, it's gotten more cracks. Yeah. Here's the thing. I think Penelope Cruz is an attract. I don't think she is. I think she's looked the same ever since. I don't think she's aged in a day, man. What was it? Banditas, or I think since Vicky Cristina Barcelona, she looks just as great. I love the movie Vicky Cristina Barcelona. It's a really good movie, also for a number of reasons. Plus, okay, I gotta stop myself. Still, it would have been funny if they just had Penelope Cruz there. I think Doug, it would have been better than having to sit through this piece of shit.
We see Magoo's nephew is getting friendly with Gardner as he takes her out to get her dressed as Bozo the Clown's underwear.
Ew, Doug. Gross. Go to your room.
Your government thinks Mr. Magoo stole the Star of Kuristan.
And you? Do you think he did it?
Waldo, I need your help.
Every time I see her, I'm insulted. I just don't know who I'm insulted for. What's that country Balkia was from? Meepos? Yeah, I'm insulted for Meepos. Finally, an ethnicity I can identify as being defaced. Just throw Jeff Dunham or Carlos Mencia in there and the trio of unfunny bad taste will be complete. So while everyone tries to break into his house and find the ruby, Magoo tries his best to rip off the Mr. Bean cooking scene.
Oh, God. Oh, and the dog.
And now, lift both legs high to the air. Lift them left. And
I remember seeing a clip of this and I was like, no, this can't be happening.
right. And left.
Yeah, how long till he switches to the porno channel?
Next, I want you to put your big long cock inside me.
Well, okay, if it insists.
Lift those legs high into the air.
the chicken had a good life? Do you think his family appreciates what his body is being used for?
Did you find Daniel's body? Yes.
So, are they putting him to good use?
Well, you see, Disney.
The male thief grabs the jewel and drives off, leaving the rest of them to drive a giant eggplant. What? Yeah, a giant egg.
Actually, I need some. Actually, this is just coconut water that's inside here, but since I did not feel good originally. God dang it! Ah, the charm. I just gotta, like, get a little sip. That's good. Actually, it helps ease the pain of me having bad acid refluxes. Actually, coconut water is actually good for a lot of purposes. The taste, I cannot get. I don't really like the taste, but it helps. It helps the stomach. It also helps me ease the pain of watching this. So it's like the poor man's alcohol, except you don't get alcohol poisoning. In fact, I'll be like, oh well, I just drank this whiskey. Sorry, I forgot about the rules. The cop drinks it. This is just coconut water. Here, you're free to go. It'll be easier. I can now imagine that being a meme. It's like, you don't trick me. I know that's whiskey. I know that's Smirnoff. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta drink more coconut water. If I watch more bad things, I just need to, like, take a shot of coconut water. I'll be like, yeah, it eases the pain.
Plant. No, you didn't smoke anything, because that would mean I would have had to have smoked it too. This is the closest connection to his job that we ever get. Apparently, it's part of an eggplant delivery service. Well, no wonder he's so friggin' rich. With fucking ingenious ideas like that, I'm surprised Steve Jobs never picked this guy up. Eggplant delivery service, they're fucking inspired. I haven't been this impressed with an idea since a patient at the mental ward asked me if I wanted to buy a clown.
Oh no, I saw that
Ward
CG. I did not see.
Asked me if I wanted to buy a clown.
Oh, I can see it now. I can see. Obviously, oh, the movie's bad enough, but putting in a bad CG effect like that is like, yeah, we ran out of money in the budget to do this practically. Let's just. Couldn't you do this with miniatures? I know miniatures are expensive, but God. Oh man, the late '90s CG, when it's so blatantly obvious like this, it just brings me pain.
The thief gets away, but the woman convinces them that she's working for the FBI and that she knows that the jewel's going to be auctioned off by a crime lord.
Every billionaire gangster in the world is coming, except the most powerful of them all, Ortega Peru, the piranha. No one's ever.
I am so confused. Then again, I wasn't paying attention. Convinces. Probably lazy screenwriting. I bet everyone just wants this movie to get done with. I do too. So it only got 7 minutes left, so thank God it's almost over.
Ever seen him. He never goes anywhere. So if we could get someone to impersonate Peru, we could get close to the gem and recover it.
But who?
Well, gee, why not the blind man who's proven time and time again that he's a constant threat to anything and anyone he comes across? Yeah, I'm down with this.
Mr. Peru never goes anywhere.
That's right. I never go anywhere. So when I go somewhere, everyone thinks I am nowhere when I'm really there.
So they're under the impression that mobster billionaires are bad Guido Sarducci impersonators?
To be made a saint in the Catholic Church, you have to have 4 miracles. I understand that 2 of them was card tricks.
And now we take a look at just who's running this Malcolm McDowell.
Son of a bitch. This movie's bad enough. Why Malcolm McDowell? Oh, man. You know, if he really did, I remember doing the Haunted Mansion reaction a few weeks ago. I think no, it was actually 2 weeks ago. Really. I was thinking, I did a few things I wasn't proud of. Be like, bad movies. Mm-hmm. Porn. That's a certain way of putting it, but no, it'd be easier to explain that I did porn. I think at this point, if the actor admits he was in a bad movie, either this or Malcolm McDowell really needs to fire his agent because why Malcolm McDowell? Why?
Yeah, I've seen this guy in so many of my reviews, I should just have a warm glass from the Korova milk bar waiting for him.
When you've changed your clothes, these lovely ladies are waiting to serve you with chilled champagne in the solarium.
This is not a kid's movie anymore.
Thank you.
Ah! Apparently there was another scene in that woman's ass. Hey, if someone told me the rest of this movie came out of someone's behind, I'd believe it.
Every time I kill a man, I tattoo his portrait on my body.
I bet Peru's got some pretty nice tattoos.
So Magoo takes the time to draw a tattoo real quick of... Okay, Joke, you have to be more clear if we're not going to laugh at you. We can't make out what that is. Is it a drawing of the Alamo? A SpongeBob spaceship? An explosion of pubic hair? Okay, movie, you're forcing me to look really close at wrinkly Leslie Nielsen chest. Not cool. Not cool. We're not on good terms right now. But the female thief comes in and steals it for herself. Oh good, the nephew will stop her. Good job there. Jeez, what is with this woman's wardrobe? A Power Ranger uniform has more dignity than that.
It's as easy as pie!
That's the wrong kind of board! They have a little chase down the mountain in the middle of the women's snowboarding competition because... Yeah, I guess Disney finds it funnier when women are hurt. But she ends up getting away while...
You know, given the whole thing with Scarlett Johansson, not only but also Emma Stone potentially suing, and Emily Blunt maybe... That's not far off. Disney likes to torture women, essentially. Not far off. Let's see what he says again.
Because I guess Disney finds it funnier when women are hurt.
That is so true. Doug, how did you predict the future? How? How, Doug? How did you? God, oh man, that is so true that it hurts, and I do not want to talk about it again. So it hurts me so much. Actually, who am I kidding? This is Hollywood. They love to stab everyone in the back.
But she ends up getting away while the rest are left cold.
Freeze!
Oh.
Hold on. I got a notification. At least I've been saved by a bell here. Oh, it's from Real Rejects. Okay. Guys frozen.
Freeze!
The son of a bitch is already frozen. That is so bad. Even Mr. Freeze would cringe at that. Even Arnie Mr. Freeze is cringing. He's like, no, that is not how you do a ice pun. No, that is not how you do it. I swear to God, there was more dignity put in Batman and Robin than in anything in this entire goddamn picture. I want to see what Doug has to say about this.
Oh no, which one was it?
Of course! I was frozen today!
I upheld my obligation. And...
No, this movie is not worthy of the Christopher Lloyd, I was frozen today meme. It's not worthy of that.
If you can believe it, the film is still going. Really? I mean, you snuck into the hideout, you had the big chase. What's your motivation behind making more of this film? Do you think it's just punishment from the director? Like every time his kids act up, he'd say, knock it off or I'm adding another minute to Mr. Magoo.
No!
They find the thief in yet another disguise and try to figure out where she's heading to.
This receipt is for Brazil. Why would she go to Brazil?
Because rarely a few movies are probably the only mainstream movies. Only a few mainstream. The only great thing some of the best Brazilian stuff, obviously, the movie City of God. Why would you go to Brazil? Amazon jungle? Or because there's rarely a film made in Brazil? There's rarely American productions that take place. I know Fast Five is one of them, and The Incredible Hulk. The first 30 minutes of The Incredible Hulk take place in Rio de Janeiro. Uh, but yeah, mostly there's City of God, there's Bus 174, which is a documentary, and then there's both Elite Squad movies. So yeah, those are probably the most recognizable films. Oh yeah, there's also Carandiru. There's like a lot of noticeable Brazilian films. I've only seen a few of them, so but like what many even the general Brazilian audience considers the best.
She's going to Peru.
She'd go to Brazil to go to Peru?
Exactly.
They're both in South. All right, I'm doing a little Google search here. Where is Peru located?
The continent of Peru is South America.
All right, so here's what's funny. All right, so if you pay attention, actually, it is. I don't know if the movie got confused thinking Peru is in Brazil. No, this whole giant continent here is Brazil. This is Peru. You idiots. I don't think I can see it.
Exactly.
But why?
To get more for the ruby.
Peru?
Exactly.
But then why go to Brazil?
Peru is in Brazil.
Peru.
No, Peru is near Brazil. It is not in Brazil. Damn it! Wait, why am I talking? This is a Mr. Magoo movie made by Disney in the late 90s. Of course they're not gonna get it right. Peru is near Brazil, but it's not in Brazil technically in that thing that Brazil is. No, no, no. Damn you, movie. Damn you to hell. And stop
It was in Brazil.
Just go there! Yeah, I'll put you on the fucking plane myself. Just go! So they finally get to the damn place where yet another crime lord looks. Oh! So they finally get
obligatory aerial Christ the Redeemer shot to remind us, yeah, we're in Brazil. I would have rather just shown clips of a favela, but no, we gotta get the obligatory Christ the Redeemer shot. That's how you gotta make movies. Oh yeah, Rio is another one. Although Rio was directed by Carlos Saldanha, who is actually from Brazil.
Get to the damn place where yet another crime lord looks to possess the ruby.
Do you have the 15 million?
Oh gee, was he hiding something in that suit? I couldn't tell. While that's going on, Magoo seems to come across the little people in bad costumes part of the house. Bit of trivia, before Game of Thrones, this was actually Peter Dinklage's most famous role. He accidentally sneaks into the room of the bride who's about to get married, and yeah, you can all guess where this is going.
Adios, amore. Nuevo nocturne. It wouldn't last. I've never loved you.
Did John McCain just bust my wedding?
Out of the way!
He escapes on a raft, but wouldn't you know it, he's just about to go over a waterfall. How the hell is he gonna get out of this? This opportunity will never happen again! You deliver! They get the jewel back, the nephew and the
bad green screen nonetheless.
Stereotype get together, we cut back to the shitty cartoon this was based off of, and get a load of this. We get a disclaimer at the end.
The preceding film is not intended as an accurate portrayal of blindness or poor eyesight. Blindness or poor eyesight does not imply an impairment of one's ability to be employed in a wide range of jobs, raise a family, perform important civic duties. If all people with disabilities deserve a fair chance to live and work with that. This has more entertainment value than anything in this entire goddamn film. Oh, Lord Almighty. Oh. Oh. I remember hearing about this. A week after the movie came out, every blind and nearsighted focus group bashed this movie, and Disney was forced to. Yeah, right. not giving Scarlett Johansson her money. No, 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 that she doesn't deserve it. James Gunn getting fired because of old tweets for which he apologized for. No, no, that's not. Gina Carano getting fired for the same things that Pedro Pascal said. No, this is Disney we're talking about. This is. Oh wait. This was the Michael Eisner era. Now I remember it. Damn it! I forgot this was the Michael Eisner era. How did that escape me?
Saying that the film was never meant to insult anyone with poor eyesight. First of all, if you're going to apologize to anyone, apologize to the audience who now have to cut their dicks off in order to feel something. Second, if you're going to say something to the visually impaired, don't write it in tiny lettering that they probably can't read! Mr. Magoo the cartoon isn't funny, Mr. Magoo the movie isn't funny, Mr. Magoo is not funny! It's poor slapstick with a shoddy script and characters that aren't even attempted to be made interesting. Once in a while there's a good stunt, but when you put a painfully obnoxious cartoon sound effect over it, it loses all comedic value. I wish I was as blind as a bat, so I wouldn't have to see this stupid-ass piece of shit. If you'll excuse me, I'm gonna do the worst thing I can think of. Bludgeon an old blind man to death. I'm a nostalgia critic, I remember it, so you don't have to.
It's time for another day of doing nothing at the canned vegetable factory.
I have a feeling that's Rob. Rob was a good Mr. Movie.
Alright, you old bastard, you're gonna pay for that movie!
What do we have here? Looks like the Nostro Critic.
Hey! What?
No, didn't think I could see, did you? I'm just playing it up for the handicap sticker in my car. I can see everything. Perfect 20/20 vision. I can even see the blood as it spurts out your nose. There it is. Delicious, yummy blood. Most people don't know that I'm actually quite a psychopath. They call me crazy, Mr. Nostril Critic. But would a crazy man strangle an orphan girl because he thinks she's queen of the moon people? Yes, he would. What do we have here? It's a pitchfork with your ass's name on it. Here, let me give it back to you. You like that, Sonny boy?
That was more funnier. Much like the apology, that's more funnier than anything in this film.
No one has ever been able to finger her.
Steven Tobolowsky, shut up. Hold on, I gotta...
Create standout videos with unlimited stock clips and custom animations.
God, this is so bad. I got 5 YouTube notifications. And how long have I been recording this for? 43 minutes. I have a problem. My mom is right. I really do have a problem. If I do, I pause the videos too much because I want to talk. I feel like I should talk and express my opinion on what's going on. I'm going to have to research. Granted, I'm probably going to be disappointed, but... Mr. Magoo, 1997. Oh, no. Okay, just to show you how bad this movie is, look at this. 7% on Rotten Tomatoes, 4 out of 10 on IMDb. This is so... This is like, even science is looking at this. Even God is looking at this and is like, what? Okay, Mr. Magoo, directed by Hong Kong film veteran Stanley Tong, his sole English language. Hey, Stanley Tong, why is that name so familiar to me? Alright, filmography. Police Story 3, Rumble in the Bronx? Police Story... Oh. How? I knew that name was familiar. They made some pretty good Jackie Chan movies originally. After this, oh god, I remember Vanguard. For the record, don't watch it. You will be disappointed. All right. One writer doesn't have a wiki. Pat Proc. What has this son of a bitch? All right. Wrote the first Police Academy. That one's good. How? Okay, I'm amazed. Wrote Police Academy, Real Genius, all three Naked Gun films, both Hot Shots films, but he also did Brain Donors. High School High. Is that the? Oh yeah, I remember that. Then after that, it was Wrongfully Accused, his only directorial feature. And then Scary Movie 3, 4, and 5. Oh. They said if I looked. Yeah, it's deep fake. Sorry, I was looking at something else. Critics singled the film was. Yeah, and then Walt Disney, a week after the movie came out, they just. Yeah. Look at this. The movie cost $30 million, and it only made 28.9 million at the box office. This is horrible. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, why? Why? Who thought this was okay? Wait, who am I kidding? I just said it. Michael Eisner. Yeah, I remember Leslie Nielsen. He had a bit of a career resurgence. He originally started in a lot of dramatic films, and then he transitioned to comedy in the 80s. Yeah. Uh, yeah, he was more known for his comedy films. Made some good look at all of Leslie Nielsen's films, man. Oh wait. Okay, I'm looking at the name of Jennifer Garner's character. Sam Panahodrita. That is not even. Wait, Kelly Lynch? Oh god. I looked at it, it's even worse. Malcolm McDowell's as Frank Welker as the Bulldog. Alright, I have got to see what. Alright. Live action Disney 1990s. So, list of Walt Disney Pictures films. Let's see which ones the 90s. L for live action. All right. White Fang. I remember that. Shipwrecked. Don't remember much of that. Hmm. Rocketeer. That was a good one. Newsies. Honey, I Blew Up the Kid. Oh God. Hold on. My mom is calling. I gotta answer this very quickly. Sorry, my mom just called. I had to answer it. Mighty Ducks. Good. Missy Muppet Christmas. Homeward Bound: The Incredible Journey. Far Off Place. I remember that. Huck Finn. Hocus Pocus. Cool Running. Three Musketeers. Iron Will. Oh, Blank Check. D2 Mighty Ducks. White Thing 2. I don't know. I can't remember if I liked it or not. Angels in the Outfield. Santa Claus. Rudyard Kipling's The Jungle Book. The first official live action Disney remake. The 94 Jungle Book. Heavyweights. Tall Tale. I remember that one. All right. I'm reaching. Oh, God. All right. A Kid in King Arthur's Court. Homeward Bound 2, Lost in San Francisco. First Kid, D3 The Mighty Ducks, That Darn Cat, Jungle to Jungle, Flubber, Mr. Magoo, and My Favorite Martian, and Inspector Gadget. So, beginning, I can't really remember because it was late '90s Disney. Late '90s live action Disney was at its worst. With, I mean, look at this. I mean, you had Operation Dumbo Drop. You had A Kid in King Arthur's Court. You had Homeward Bound 2, which was not as good as the first one, mind you, even though I own it on VHS. First Kid, D3 The Mighty Ducks, That Darn Cat, Jungle to Jungle, Flubber, which only the CG work was good in that movie. Mr. Magoo, and then My Favorite Martian, and then Inspector Gadget. Oh, this hurts me so much. This hurts me probably more you than it would me. All right, let me look because I remember it was really the late 2000s where he was just starring. Leslie Nielsen just started in a string of not so good films. So let me look back. All right, so I remember it was the '70s where he was very well known for like the Poseidon Adventure, and then it was the '80s where he did a string of hits like I mean Airplane. Let's see what else. The Naked Gun films, but then it was really the '90s where he was desperate to find work. I think it was after Naked Gun 3, because then after that was Dracula Dead and Loving It, Spy Hard, Mr. Magoo, Wrongfully Accused, 2001 A Space Travesty, Scary Movie 3, Scary Movie 4, Superhero Movie, Stan Helsing, Span. God, no, this hurts me. This hurts me so much. Leslie, why? Uh, all right, before we go, I just got to take a look at Jennifer Garner's filmography. Jennifer Garner filmography. There's probably got to be a separate page because I got to look it up. Pre-career. I gotta really, really, really. All right, started her career in 1995. Like, look, Garner in 2011. Still looks great. She does not age, that woman. All right. Deconstructing Harry. She had a cameo in Deconstructing Harry, but this was her first big role essentially, and it bombed. This was pre-Alias, and then all right. After that, it was Dude, Where's My Car, Pearl Harbor, Catch Me If You Can, Daredevil, 13 Going on 30, Elektra, The Kingdom was good, Juno, Ghosts of Girlfriend's Past, The Invention of Lying, Valentine's Day, Arthur, Odd Life of Timothy Green, Dallas Buyers Club, Draft Day, Men, Women, and Children, Alexander and the Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Day, Miracles from Heaven, Mother's Day. Her career is very hit or miss, but she's actually doing a film with Ryan Reynolds called The Adam Project. And wait, Alias was 2001, 2006. So that was really like what made her famous was Sydney Bristow on Alias. Mr. Magoo, the movie. Didn't know about the cartoon, but the movie. I never saw this as a kid. I am thankful I never saw it as a kid because I was very gullible at the time. And I hope that this movie is forgotten over time. And to quote Nate from Renegade Media Group, when God finally absolves the world of its sins, I want God to look upon this movie and say, no. Just no. I want it to be forgotten in time. That helps ease the pain. Like I said, it's coconut water. Alright, I'm leaving. I'm gonna have to end the video here. I'll leave a link to the original down below. Link to Instagram. Link to Channel Awesome. If you can't see me, trust me, it's better to hide the disappointment I have with this film. I gotta end it here. I'm sorry. At least I am feeling better. Take care, everybody.